Now, many of you will know that a couple of weeks ago, we're seeing Chinese equities like NEO exploding in terms of the share price. I mean, NEO went from $3.60 to over $7 by just a period of 2 weeks. This is something that shocked everyone. It brought a lot of excitement, but recently, from last week and this week, Chinese equities have been dropping, and we've been seeing the panic that we saw when NEO was trading at $3.60 coming back. And this makes me wonder if people are investing based on the fundamentals and what we are seeing NEO doing, or they are just focusing on the share price, which one of the reasons that I encourage, or I always say on this video or on this channel, is that invest for the long term, looking at the kind of fundamentals that NEO is building. This is what we want to see. And of course, we need to also listen to what big financial institutions are saying out there. I mean, if there's one thing that we know from many of the big financial institutions, they've been saying buy NEO and increasing their price target onto the NEO stock, which is something that gives us the good sentiment. I mean, JP Morgan's price target $9, Morgan Stanley $10, Citi $8.90, and today we just got yet another institution saying buy NEO. I mean, DBS analysts just increase their price target of NEO from $7.1 to $8, which shows you that a lot of these financial institutions really are positive onto the NEO stock. It is only these retail investors, or some of the retail investors, that are panicking onto the NEO stock price when it tanks. They don't see the future, they don't see the potential that even these big financial institutions are seeing. I mean, it is with no doubt that NEO continues to give a good performance for us fundamentally, from deliveries, from battery shopping stations and other services. NEO has been showing us that indeed they are ready to become that profitable company we've been wanting to see, and it's gonna come sooner than what so many people expected. I mean, on Tuesday when we got the insurance registrations, that alone, it tells you that NEO, it's a different company than the NEO we were seeing last year. Because which NEO, we have never seen NEO having total insurance registrations of 5,600, which included their sub-brands, which this week we got to see exactly that. NEO had 4,700 insurance registration. Their sub-brand Onvo had 900 insurance registrations. This shows you the kind of NEO we are buying, or the kind of company we are buying. NEO, it is transitioning into becoming a company that is now not yet profitable to a profitable company, which that transition very soon in the next couple of quarters we are going to see NEO being that profitable company that we've been wanting to see. So ignore the day-to-day movement. Today in the Hong Kong Stock Exchange, Singapore, we saw NEO finishing the day on the green, which is something that is massive, something that is bullish, something that tells us that you need to brace ourselves for what's coming. Ignore the day-to-day movements. There are so many retail investors who, I'm telling you, they sold their NEO stock this week because we've been tanking, and not even below $5. I mean, NEO had a run from $3.60 to over $7, but yet when NEO retraced back, or when the trend retraced back to calm down, to cool off at $5.10, and people want to sell. This shows you that some of the investors are not patient enough to give NEO time to get to a place where they are profitable. I mean, this week on my channel, I was getting a lot of comments of saying that change the CEO. The CEO needs to step down, all these kind of things. And they forget he is the reason why, or is the main guy behind why NEO has achieved so much to date. He's the reason why NEO has deployed 2,576 battery shopping stations. Is the reason why Onvo is here. Is the reason why Firefly is coming. I mean, when he announced that he wants to introduce two sub-brands, a lot of people were against that whole thing. And some of the retail investors, they now see why he said what he said. They now know why he had to separate NEO, Onvo and Firefly, because NEO is just a premium brand. He does not want to compromise the premium that NEO models have, or NEO models are, and it is for that reason that he came now and bring Onvo. Onvo is not as premium as NEO. It is a car that is mostly for the mass market, which it now makes clear why he was doing that. He wants to have a premium high-end brand, which is NEO, standard brands like Onvo, Firefly for the mass market, which is something that it's pretty exciting. And now some of the people are starting to see that why did he do what he did. I mean, some people were even saying, why is he not introducing single motors cars onto the NEO, on some of the NEO models? And we know that part of the reason is because that brand, the NEO brand, it wants to maintain its luxury high-end EV car status, the same way that Mercedes is having that status. NEO is up there with Mercedes. When you talk of Mercedes, you must talk about NEO, you must talk about BMW. They don't want to compromise or lower their standards or do single motors. They want to make sure that they're up there, which now makes sense. So Onvo, Firefly, these are also brands that now the mass market can be able to afford, because they'll also be utilizing NEO's battery swapping stations. And all these fundamentals that I'm telling you, they are here because of him. And you guys coming and saying that they must change the NEO CEO, for what? Because I don't think there's any better CEO we can get for NEO than him. He deserves to be the CEO. He knows what he's doing. I mean, some of the things, or in fact, many of the things that the NEO is doing right now, so many of the investors, including myself, we still don't know some of their developments or some of their projects, but he knows why they are doing it now, or they have to start working on those future plans now, which is why to some, whilst to some battery swapping station still does not make sense, by the time it makes sense, NEO would have flooded all over China, the cities all over China with their battery swapping stations. There won't be anyone to catch up. When these other EV cars wants to start doing these battery swapping stations, like what we are seeing BYD wanting to do now, they will be too late to catch up with NEO, because NEO has been deploying this for quite some time, and their battery swapping stations have stood the test of time. So it is the fundamentals like this that makes me to remain bullish, long and strong onto NEO. Deliveries, we have spoken so many times about deliveries as to why are they bullish, why are they giving us a good sign to say that we must brace ourselves for what's coming next year. This even now in Q4, which is something that is pretty amazing. It's incredible, and I thought I gave this to you. I remind you once again that blue sky is coming. Ignore the day-to-day movement, and also ignore the short sellers. There are so many people that are spreading bad stuff, or so many people that now that NEO has been tanking this week, the short sellers are now extremely happy, or they were extremely happy, spreading false news, false hope, to say that you must sell your NEO stock because it's not going anywhere, you must change the NEO CEO. And I've seen some of the investors, even on this channel, saying that, you know what, brother, we thank you for the videos you give us, but the share price, it's not doing very well, and we want this to recover. And I've always been saying, long term will win, blue sky is coming. So yeah, ignore the day-to-day. So the lesson learned, so ignore. So I've said it before, and I've said this before, and I'll say it again. Long term will win, blue sky is coming. Ignore the day-to-day movements, because we'll definitely be rewarded. So tell me what you think about this. Yeah, the share price, or the stock price, ending green on Hong Kong and the Singapore Stock Exchange. I think this is massive, this is bullish, and it tells us where NEO is headed. Otherwise, that's all from me. I wish you nothing but the best in your stock market investing journey. Do your own due diligence, so at least you can be comfortable as you are investing onto this stock. NEO stock is very volatile, and therefore if you are not ready to take the low trading price that you see sometimes as opportunities to load more, you are definitely going to be the same like those short sellers that just want to short the NEO stock, because they can't see the potential, the future that lies within this company. So do your own DD so that you are comfortable as you are investing into this stock. Otherwise, that's all from me. I wish you nothing but the best in your stock market investing journey, and God bless you all.